We're back here on Inside the Ropes with, so what's the new term that you need to be called now? Big Scottish Handsome Bastard, is that the...
Yeah, what does Pat say? Whatever he said, exactly that. I actually didn't think we were on TV because I heard it and then I was playing up to it, having the laugh. I saw the red light and I went, we're on TV. Oh yeah, of course. Sam left for Ricochet. So yeah, that's what I want from now on.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about Clash at the Castle in 2022. You know, everybody was there in Cardiff, the match for Roman, and then obviously it doesn't work out. But the post-match with Tyson Fury was something that a lot of people remember, and I know you've talked about how it's maybe not one of the best memories for you. How did you process the fact that not only are you're not winning the title that night, but then you have to do this thing with Tyson and kind of send people home happy?
Yeah, I genuinely hated it. It was the biggest moment and match of my life up until it wasn't. It was so perfect until it wasn't. Getting the PLE finally after 30 years in the stadium in the UK since SummerSlam 92, getting the main event, fighting Roman when he was at the point where he was just on fire and people were cheering him even though he was the bad guy. And having that in my head, like, oh, it'll probably be 70-30 me because I know that Brett versus Bulldog, just because of how popular Roman is. But hearing the crowd, hearing they were 100% in my corner, feeling like this is it, this is the night, that it should happen. Taking out the whole bloodline and then Solo appears, the finish happened, and just feeling the energy literally drain out the room, feeling like everyone felt like they got stabbed through the freaking heart. It was soul crushing, and then trying to sing the stupid song with Tyson to try and lift the spirits a bit. Then people were trying to join in and sing along, but it just wasn't it. Sometimes even in football matches your team loses and you leave dejected. I should have just left how I felt, pissed off, and we're going to fix that this Saturday though.
And obviously, there's the whole thing that your contract was up and everybody's going, what's he going to do? And your character changed at the same time. How much of kind of knowing that your contract's coming up did that have an influence on the new character and you kind of completely changing the Drew McIntyre persona?
I mean, I kind of go with what's presented to me as well as what I feel. Creative-wise, we went a certain direction which allowed me to be more of myself, be more like Drew Galloway outside of WWE. Like a lot of stuff you would have seen in ICW. Obviously with Drew McIntyre, big sword guy. There's a certain line you can't cross as a character to try and keep that character's integrity. And there's a lot of truth in there, and Drew for the past 4 years up until the past 9 months or whatever. But there's a certain wall that hits where you can't be myself because I'm one. If you can bleep me. But now I get to show everybody what's inside, what's going on, my true Scottish side. Like everyone's like, where'd all this Twitter comments come from, these burns on the microphone? I was like, this is just what we're like in Scotland. This is how we talk to our friends most of the time in Scotland. So having that creative freedom from a storytelling perspective, the social perspective, feeling like everything's just open, wide now, and working so close with creative who have the mentality, with Hunter leading the charge of nothing's off the table, is amazing. And I wouldn't say it was directly related to the contract, it's more the circumstance. And my mindset now is I'm going to do what I believe to be right. I'm going to go so far over the line, you're going to have to pull me back, and they've had to pull me back a few times, but I'll never ever be pushed towards the line again.
You always see these things in the past, but in WWE all the promos are totally scripted and you have to kind of memorize all this stuff, and you can definitely see that's changed and that there's more kind of off the cuff and spontaneous stuff happening. How good has that been for you personally that has changed and you've been able to do more of that stuff?
I mean, I'd say that's how it should be, but it takes a while to get that level of comfort. So maybe it should be for certain people, or at least should be to a certain extent for most people, because you have to stay within the lines of the story. On a television show, you have times to hit. You can't just go out there and ramble for 45 minutes. You got to hit those times. But the ones that know their character, know what they're doing, having that a little extra freedom to just feel like the crowd. You go out there and things don't feel right. Like you got a certain thing in your head. You're like, this ain't right anymore. Like I'm gonna go this direction. Like because if they're not making noise, they don't care. Then why are we even doing this? But as long as you're smart enough and understand our job enough to stay within the lines of the story and the character, you should have that freedom. And that's what I did again outside the company, even in Impact, whatever. There's a certain guideline. ICW basically had no script, so I go out there and I just go with my heart, and that's how I was able to succeed outside the company. How I learned, just be yourself. And coming back, I was more of myself than there's ever been in the character, and that led me to a couple of world titles. But right now, what you're seeing is just the same Drew I was again outside WWE, like unfiltered, being myself, giving everything I truly feel inside, and you can feel the emotion because I'm literally not holding back, and if it seems real, it is real.
Very last question. What are the chances, we've obviously got Judgment Day on Damien's side, even though they're banned from ringside. What are the chances of Gallus showing up in Glasgow, do you think? To have your back.
Anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation. I mean, I'm focused just one-on-one, Priest. I know we had the match on Monday, Judgment Day banned from ringside. I'm an idiot. I should have had him sign a contract. I can't just take his word. But realistically, I've got eyes in the back of my head. I can expect the unexpected, and I do expect the unexpected, but I've also got thousands of people in my corner in the crowd that have got my back.